What's up, guys? I'm Joe. Appreciate you stopping by the channel. Hope you're all doing well. So I have a very cool unboxing that I wanted to share with you today. This is an order that I got in from Griffith Shaving Goods. I got it in yesterday. I haven't opened it up yet. It's one that I've been waiting on for several months. One of the items in this order had been out of stock for a long time. And I had reached out to Matt and I said, hey, when are these going to be back in stock? He got back to me and he said he's going to be placing an order soon. It took a little while to get, and then when he got the order, he emailed me and said, we got them in, no obligation, whenever you're ready, they're here. So I placed the order and I got it in. Now, there was a few other things that I was also going to get from Griffith that I had in my cart, and I was just waiting for this one item to arrive. So we're gonna open it up. A little Spyderco. This is my EDC knife. So let's open this up. I'm really excited about this. It's a big package. There's a lot in here. I like the new stickers. You can see that. That's nice. Thank you, Allison and Matt. Very, very cool. All right. So the first thing we have here are a couple of scales. Everything you get from Griffith, it comes really nicely packed. I like doing business with Griffith. Now, there are other shops out there. You guys know this. There are other shops out there you can get stuff, the same products, maybe a little bit less expensive, but the customer service at Griffith is it's top notch. And personally, I will pay a little bit more for that quality customer service. Oh, these are nice. Okay. So you guys know I've been working on a bunch of razors that my friend gave me, and I was, in the last video I talked about I was going to get some nicer scales for it. So this is one set of scales. This is black buffalo horn. And this is the other set of scales. This is the faux tortoiseshell. This is, there you go. This is going on another one of the other razors. Now, the straight razor roll I've been working on, so this is a functioning prototype that I just finished up. I just want to show you one of the razors that I was working on that I actually did finish. So here's the finished roll. Now, the last time I had done a video on this roll that I was working on, and I'm getting a little sidetracked here, I was kind of working on these edges. And I finally got it all sorted out to where the stitching is straight on the edges. You can see that. And the binding is even all the way around. That's one of the things that I had been working on. So this is taking a little bit of a pause right now because I had to get a part for my sewing machine. So these are taking a little bit of a pause. But this is one of the razors that I had showed you the other day. This is the W.H. Morley & Sons. It had the scales that I liked. The nice scales that I liked here. And I was able to salvage these scales and put them back on the razor. So that's the one of the 5 that I had showed you earlier. I'll just show you the inside of the roll. So here's the inside of the roll. These pockets are a little bit wide. I'm going to shrink these pockets for the final ones, but you can see all the marks that I made there trying to figure out, you know, how to set it up. But that's the idea. And this closure that I put on here, this is just a piece of This is just elastic. This is not going to be the actual closer. This is just something that I did just so I can get an idea of how it's going to work. Anyway, that's that. So these are the scales. Can't wait to put those on the 2 razors that I got. The other thing that I got here, so 2 stones. Again, look at that. I mean, very, very well packaged. Now I have the full-size version of these stones, the larger size. I have the 3x8 size. I wanted to get the 2x6 size because they're better for using when you're working with smaller razors. Razors with a little bit of a smile. These smaller stones, these narrower stones, they work a little bit better. So I bought the set of black shadow and green shadow. Now I went with the set comes in a 2x6 or 6x2, and I think this is going to be the perfect size for some of these smaller razors that I'm working with. Most of my stones are the full size 3x8, but I wanted these smaller stones, and I do like the black shadow and the green shadow. You guys have seen me hone with them before, so I'm really excited to start putting some of my smaller blades on this, and some of the blades that I have that have a little bit more of a pronounced smile. I think these smaller stones are going to work out really, really nice. That's that. Now this is what I have been waiting for. This is what took this order so long for me to get, because I was waiting on this to show up. Waiting for this to get back in stock. And that is this guy right here. This is a surgical black Arkansas. Comes with a little card. Little card on how to use a surgical black. Comes in a really nice box. And I wanted the 3x8 version of this. And that's what I was waiting on. Now they had the 3x10. I didn't want that. They had the 2x6. Probably could have gotten away with the 2x6, no problem. Might even pick one up later on. But I was waiting on this 3x8. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait to use this stone. Now I already know what I'm going to do to prep the stone to burnish it a little bit. I'm going to use the SIC powder. I already have that. I'm probably going to work on that today. I might do a little bit of a video showing that process. But there is a step that I'm going to be attempting. I'm going to try. That involves using, I saw this 7 years ago when I was first getting started in straight razors. I started wet shaving about 8 years ago, and I started straight razor shaving shortly after that. And when I was getting into honing, I was looking for videos, and I kept coming across black Arkansas videos, but I wasn't ready for that. But I do remember one video, and I'll try and see if I can find it. I'll put a link down below, where this guy had used the SIC powder, but then the last step he did, instead of using a tool to burnish it, he used a razor. Instead of using a chisel, or I've seen people use cleavers, he used a razor to burnish it. And all he did was he took a razor that he was no longer using, and he just, for 20 minutes, he just did laps, dry laps on the stone. I'm going to give that a shot. His results were really good. His shaves that he used after it were really good. He hasn't made videos in a long time. It's been 4 years since he's made a video. but he was one of the guys I followed back when I was getting started, and one of the videos I would usually, the straight razor guys I would routinely go to just kind of to watch his stuff and get some tips and advice and things like that. So that's the unboxing. Really excited. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'm going to do some follow-ups here soon as I start using some of this stuff. When I get the scales on the razors, I'll show you that. And when I get the stone all set to go, I'll show you that. I'm going to do some honing with it. Obviously, I'll do some videos there. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Take care.